One of the most surprising names in the transfer portal, Arkansas wide receiver Mike Woods, has found a home, and goodness me, is it a dangerous home, and we have got to talk about it because the Oklahoma Sooners just added in another phenomenally talented wide receiver. But before we go any further, as always, y'all know the drill. I want to hear from y'all. Hop down to the comments, give me a Y for yes or an N for no. Are you excited for Mike Woods joining the Sooners? And let me know how you think he's going to fare with Oklahoma this fall. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification because I do constant college football content and I'm on my push to 5,000 subscribers in my first year, and I would love to have you along for that journey. And if you enjoy the content, be sure to like and comment down below because those interactions are really big for content creators like myself being picked up and maintained by the YouTube algorithm. But with all that being said and out the way, we need to jump into this because, as I said, this was one of the most surprising transfer portal entries of this year. Mike Woods was in a situation where he was paired with Trey Burke at Arkansas, and those two were set for a big year. In fact, they were the only two SEC receivers that returned that both had 600 plus yards. And that alone, along with a Arkansas unit that looked very improved last season and looks to continue adding on to that improvement, was very excited about the prospect of Burks and Woods. And then sprinkle in even more when you hear about KJ Jefferson looking great in Arkansas practices and really coming along and surprising people. Arkansas fans were understandably shocked when Woods entered the transfer portal. And it was one of those situations where we were all sitting there looking and thinking about next season saying Woods and Burke are going to be able to feed off of each other. And now Burke is in a situation where he's going to be looking around wondering who's going to be his number two. And I can assure you, Mike Woods is not thinking the same thing. In fact, Mike Woods is probably sitting here thinking, how are we going to just be stopped? Because this Oklahoma wide receiving core is phenomenally talented. I've always said that they in Ohio State have a stable of wide receivers that are not only talented, but have game experience, right? I think that there are a lot of talented wide receiver rooms in the nation, but the reason why I don't bring them up just yet, that could change this year once experience and game times playing happens, but I don't put them up there just yet because they don't have the experience with the talent. But now, OU adding in Mike Woods, 6'1", 195 pounds per ESPN, finished the year with 600 plus receiving yards. And that alone is impressive, but what's more impressive to me is the average. He averaged 19.3 yards per reception. That big playability is something that you can never turn down, especially Lincoln Riley, who is an offensive mastermind. It is going to be a ton of fun to really watch how Woods is schemed into this offense because you already have a receiving core that has Jaden Hasselwood, Theo Weiss, Marvin Mims, and we've heard about Mario Williams coming out as a freshman and looking phenomenal. But given how Lincoln Riley likes to play his offense, given how the Big 12 is very pass heavy, and given how college football in general is moving towards a very pass heavy offense, you can never turn down a receiver that averaged almost 20 yards per reception the year before, 600 yards plus. He's going to come in and be an instant boost for the Sooners. This is a situation where Sooners fans have got to rejoice because they have absolutely knocked it out of the park when we're talking about the transfer portal. Remember, they have rated SEC talent from the transfer portal with Tennessee and Wanye Morris, Key Lawrence, and then Eric Gray. And now they go out and get Mike Woods. This Sooners team is a team that not only is full of young, talented prospects that we talked about in the preview for both offense and defense, but it's a team that is full of experienced talent. I know that there is some question about the offensive line. When I made the video about the offensive preview, I got comments saying the offensive line was the position that really kind of got singled out the most as where some questions were. And the only thing I will say is if you have an offensive line that is not, maybe as talented as one you would like, if they have experience and they can get together discipline, that is a unit that can still be incredibly effective. And you have two things working for you outside of the experience of that offensive line. One, you have Bill Bedenbaugh, who is a guy who I completely put my faith in for him to get something sorted that's going to work for the Sooners at that offensive line. And two, you have Lincoln Riley, who, if the offensive line is a weak point, is going to be able to scheme to be able to kind of mitigate that as best as you can because you have a smart quarterback, you have very talented running backs, and you have a phenomenally stacked wide receiving core. So I'm really interested in a few things, Sooners fans. First and foremost, which wide receiver are you looking forward to most? It's really hard to say, and it's very natural to pick the freshman. It's always incredibly exciting when you get a freshman coming in here, making the waves Mario Williams has. But now you get in a guy that averaged almost 20 yards per reception in the SEC. That's got to be something that you're incredibly excited about. Hop down below in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking about this, and let me know how you believe this changes the outlook for the Sooners, because we already have them pegged as a team that looks to be on a playoff push this year, looks to be in a very good position, and they continue to stack talent from the transfer portal. I cannot wait to hear what y'all are thinking. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. That's it. See ya.